This person sent an email and she said, "Hi, Evelyn. I have a client who is the co-founder and CEO of an astrology-based dating app created to spark meaningful conversations inspired by her work at Apple. I think they would be a great fit for your audience." So we need to stop talking about crystals on the podcast.
Welcome to Rise to Meet You, your comedy podcast about Asian culture. I'm your host, Nigel Ng.
And I'm your host, Evelyn Mock. Yay!
Hey! Last episode of the year, people.
Yes, it is, because we're taking a break. We're taking a break.
One
next
week. Just 1 week. Yes, I know. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you, Evelyn. for your mental health. For your mental health.
Crystal U. If you guys remember the couples therapy that we had in episode 24 with Crystal U, where we talked about this, Nigel. Crystal,
listen.
It worked. We're taking a break.
Listen, I'm not doing it because of her. Okay? Crystal was not one of the factors of consideration when I decided that we should take 1 week off. It's because last year we were doing guest episodes. Every episode's easier to batch record. Mm-hmm. So it was easy for us to take a break. We record 6 episodes in a week, and then we'll have like content for the month and a half, right? Yeah. But now it's just us talking, so it's harder to batch record. We just don't have enough stuff going on in our lives.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of record 2 episodes in one day.
Yeah, so we would have to. Yeah.
Because it's so real time now, it's hard. We can't batch record, so it's nice to take a break. You know?
Take a break. Run away with me for the summer. Let's go upstate. That's from Hamilton.
Oh, okay. Well, it's only 1 week, people. So
during my break.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, we are taking a break, a slight little, just for 1 week during New Year's. Mm-hmm. And so we do have a slot open, really. And this is what we're going to do this episode as well. We're going to have sort of a roundup of the Rise to Meet You year. Like the highlights, which that me and Nigel, we've picked are each our highlights. Yeah,
and the lowlights. The lowlights.
Sorry?
And the lowlights, too. The sad stuff.
Are we gonna do lowlights?
I don't know.
Are you just calling my stuff the lowlights?
No,
because mine is probably gonna be about mental health.
No. I'm just saying, are there any bad moments for us during this podcast? I don't think so. Every episode has been like nice and fun to do.
I kind of edited them out.
That's true.
So there are, but they're not exposed to the public. Okay. Sorry, guys. Maybe someday we'll publish an episode with all the lowlights of the podcast, where you can hear in our voices that we don't like each other on that particular day. And then yeah.
But for now, everything's good in Rise to Meet You land. You know.
But yeah, so me and Nigel, we've picked our highlights of the podcast that we're going to talk about. And so also it means, because we have a break, it means that we have a slot open next week. And so if there is a listener out there who fancies themselves a bit of a editor, we invite you to edit together a best of episode of Rise to Meet You. And, we'll put it up in the slot. So it is quite a short turnaround time. It's it's a week until next episode, so a few days. But if you feel so inclined, let us know and get in touch with us on risetomeetyoupod@gmail.com.
Yes.
And we'll
email
talk
only.
about it.
Don't DM us. Don't DM us. We don't read DMs anymore. Emails only. And the finished product should both be audio and video, okay?
But we don't have video for all the previous episodes.
All right, some of the best of parts might not have video. That's fine. We'll just put a cover art as a placeholder. But we would prefer it if most of the stuff had video. That would be nice.
Then you're really limiting them to 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
It's not 10. It's not 10. More than 10.
Use the videos on our YouTube to find our best moments.
Yeah. But you can have 2 or 3 moments at art video, because we have some really funny moments in the beginning too.
We do, and I've actually got that highlight.
All right, sure. Tell us. You start, Evelyn. What's your best moments of Rise to Meet You pod for this year?
Okay, so one of my favorite moments for Rise to Meet You this year is from an early episode, and it is from episode 14, where we had a guest on called Jack Barry, who's a very funny comedian, and he told a story about his grandmother. So his grandmother is originally from the Netherlands, and she moved to, I think it was Indonesia, was it?
I think so, yeah.
And so she lived there during basically colonization times, and the Japanese invaded, and they put all of the white people into internment camps. So she sat in a Japanese internment camp there, and had PTSD and stuff from it. Cut to many years later, she's in England. She has her own family. She has her grandkids and everything. And then one Christmas, Jack's uncle, he gives her a mug, and on this mug is the photo of the officer that was the leading officer at the internment camp.
Yeah.
And it's and he even edited it so that that officer had a thumbs up on the mug, and he put in a catchphrase that was famous in England, but it was a Japanese catchphrase, and he gave it to his mother, and it's the most funny and cruel and amazing story that I've heard. So if you want to hear the story, go to episode 14, and it's so funny. It's I think it's my favorite guest story that we've had on the podcast, because imagine how did he find the photo, first of all? How did he find the photo?
Yeah, there was no Facebook for Japanese internment camps.
But imagine, it's
you don't add them on LinkedIn. You don't endorse their torture skills,
Exactly. I mean, imagine that. And then just being here, Mom, here's the mug of the guy who tormented you.
Merry Christmas. Here's your Hitler.
And Jack told us that his grandmother immediately rejected the mug and I'm not taking that home with me. And
so weak. Why so weak?
Somewhere.
It's such a good joke. I love it.
It's so
Please
funny.
do that to me.
So that's
That's
my number one favorite highlight.
Give me a mug of the picture of the guy who punched me. Okay, give me a mug of that. I will find it hilarious. It's the police cabin couldn't even find him, but you found him and printed it on a mug. Wow.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Or if people could get CCTV footage of it happening.
Yeah. I'm this guy, the police need to hire this guy.
Yeah.
He's wasting his talent printing merch, making merch on printing stuff on a mug.
They go to Smart Photo and they're I would like to print this on a mug, please. Could you enhance the fist hitting the face? Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I would find that dark but hilarious.
Oh, it would be hilarious. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to try and make that happen, Nigel. That's my Christmas present.
It's so telling that when you find best off moments for the podcast, you think about other people's best off moments, because all my best off moments are shit I said.
I mean, I think it says more about you than it does about me. Nigel's gonna bring up basically, he's I said this. Isn't it hilarious?
My star moments. My star moments of the pod where
my God.
Moments where I make myself laugh. And I'm very proud of it. As comedians, you should be proud of yourself saying funny shit. You can't be I'm a comedian and my favorite moment is somebody else's story. That's a sad life.
Nigel, I'm a person, and my favorite moment is something that I think enriched the podcast.
Okay, sure.
This is so
Agree
funny.
to disagree.
I have my jokes. If people want to go watch my jokes, YouTube me, and you'll find funny shit I say. But for the podcast, I'm like, of course I'm going to celebrate the funny things of the podcast.
Yeah, and I said a lot of those. And here's one of my funniest ones. I really like the Bluetooth episode. I still think about it to this day. Every couple of days, I think about it and I chuckle. It's episode 44. China is taking over one Bluetooth device at a time, and the whole premise is about, when you buy knockoff Bluetooth devices and they have a sound like the Bluetooth device is connected successfully. The Bluetooth devices have a Chinese accent. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
It's really funny because that really hit home with a lot of people because I've gotten so many DMs where people send videos of their Bluetooth devices and it's exactly that voice and it's exactly that accent. It's really, really funny.
Oh, I love that episode so much. I was losing my shit. I've never laughed so hard at myself ever. So just go listen to it. We even have a video of that segment. It's not a great video. We haven't had the full setup yet back then.
Oh, it was me.
But there's a video of that segment.
It was me in that other room, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, in the refugee camp room, which made it even funnier. Because your room looked like the place where the Bluetooth device is made.
All the boxes behind me is like all the boxes they were packaged in.
I think it's you. I think the Bluetooth lady is you.
The Bluetooth device is
the voice acting job. This was the voice acting job. No, it's not for Sky. It's for Chinese Bluetooth devices.
Don't out me, Nigel. Don't out me. I cannot be associated with this.
And that's kind of where I got the idea about the rice cooker who yells at you in the Uncle Roger accent.
Yeah.
I think that kind of sparked the idea, which is also another sketch I'm very proud of. I think honestly it was the birth of the Uncle Roger voice. We didn't have the character back then yet, but we had. I started doing the Asian accent. It's a rice cooker that yells at you when you forget to cook the rice. So it's on my YouTube channel. Go search Nigel Ng rice cooker or something. Yeah, it's a really 2 minutes short sketch, super funny. We filmed it remotely, but it turned out so well.
So the inspiration for a bit of the accent was you pretending to be a rice cooker. That was mean.
Yeah. That's how.
Imagine if I'd never pitched Roger to you and then you'd be like, oh, this rice cooker is a good character. And then you would have had a yelling rice cooker instead of Uncle Roger. So you would have had a rice cooker that
could work too,
commented on the BBC video.
Hiya, that's open and close the lid.
Yeah.
Hiya.
I do a better job. Calling the hi.
Can we write an animated series of that? The Adventures of the Rice Cooker.
Talking rice cooker.
Yeah. There's BoJack Horseman. It's a talking horse. I don't think that's as far removed to have a talking rice cooker. And then the whole it's like Toy Story, but it's only Asian kitchen appliances.
Asian kitchen.
So there's the rice cooker, and then there's a wok, who's the Buzz Lightyear of the film, the wok,
and a steamer who's kind of depressed.
Yeah, like the bun steamer, the wooden one.
The Eeyore, the Eeyore of the group.
Eeyore's not in Toy Story, man. What are you talking about?
I'm just taking different characters for different animated stuff. I don't know if there's a depressed person in Toy Story.
No, but there's Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not depressed, but and then there's Bo Peep. Who's gonna play Bo Peep? Who's the female?
Isn't
the feminine?
Bo Peep is she supposed to be attractive?
Yeah, she's the woman.
Chopsticks could be kind of
She's
sexy.
who Woody fucks.
What?
That Bo Peep likes Woody. I'm sure toys have sex too, right?
I'm pretty sure they're incapable of having sex because they're known for their smoothness downstairs. I'm pretty sure toys can't have sex.
Woody looks like he fucks, He looks like he fucks.
Oh my god.
But anyways, we should do an animated series of that.
That could be funny, actually.
Yeah.
It could be like Bao. That really lovely series.
Right out of treatment. You're good at it. Right out of treatment. Send it to producers. Right out of the 2-pager. Pitch it. pitch it. I don't know how this world works, but you do. You can be exec producer, whatever. I'll just be staff writer, whatever.
You wouldn't even be staff writer. You'd be like, oh, what about the rice cooker says this? Oh, okay, write it.
Yeah. Write it down. My ideas.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
All
but go
right.
check out that episode 44. Is really funny. I guarantee you'll laugh, especially if you have one of those Bluetooth devices.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure your parents have a few of those, right?
My parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have. Well, my dad
Your parents
has
don't strike me as people who will buy the original device. They'll buy like a ripoff. Because you don't strike me as a person who will buy the original device. And you don't. You don't.
I buy the original device if it's heavily discounted. That's when I buy it. Because I am Asian. That's actually the most Asian thing about me. That and the fact that I cook and like the Asian foods I cook. But like I don't want to. I always buy things on sale. It's very few times that I buy things for full price. Very few times.
Then your whole life is governed by the sales schedule. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
You know?
It is. Yeah.
Sometimes I just buy full price because I don't have to worry when the sale is coming. Because life, I'm busy. I don't have time to, sign up for email updates when there's a sale. Life is hard and life is busy.
Well, I just schedule my buying till, if it's clothes and stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to, I'm like, oh, there's a sale on. I'll go and look at clothes or shoes or whatever. And then it's like, if I need electronics or something, I'm like, oh yeah, Black Friday. I'll wait till Black Friday because it's not like really, what's it called? It's not
urgent.
Urgent, yeah. But if it is something urgent, of course I'll buy it when I need it. Like my computer broke. I bought a computer then, but I also did research to see where it was cheapest and where I could get a good deal. And so the computer that I have now, I got it on. Luckily, they had like a campaign that week, so it was already a bit cheap. And then I traded in my old computer and got that computer's value off of this computer.
Okay.
So.
I guess that's the only part where Evelyn's more Asian than me. I just go to the Apple store. I don't want to fuck with whatever retailer, whatever sketchy retailer by the side of a street. I just gotta go to Apple store, to the Genius Bar and get my laptop there.
I think it comes from not a fear, but like a worry of getting ripped off. Like I don't want to get ripped off. So that's why I try to like outsmart the
How much time are you spending? And if you feel it's justified, it's worth the time you spend, then it's all good, I guess.
I don't spend that much time on like looking. I spend maximum maybe like a day or something looking at something.
A day.
Well, I mean, not like 24 hours, but like
8 hours. How much do you save? 100 pounds? 200 pounds? The trade-in, you can trade in on the Apple website too, so that's not really saving stuff.
How much did I get off of this computer? I got 200 pounds off.
200 pounds off for 8 hours of work. Okay, that's okay, I guess.
Not
that's
8 hours, but like an hour, 2 hours of surfing the internet.
But I remember you still had to drive to a further place to get it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's that time accounted into it as well.
Yeah.
So.
But then that was like a lovely trip with my parents. And my mom wanted to go to that town as well because there's an outlet mall there.
We did talk about this on that episode, didn't we?
Yeah,
episode 44.
Yeah.
You were
the
gonna
outlet mall.
You open the MacBook. Welcome to MacBook Air. Oh shit! I should have tried to find a discount. I got this rip-off MacBook. No, this Chinese made.
Why does this MacBook sound like Nigel?
Yeah. What is Uncle Roger MacBook? What is this? You open it, it's hiya.
Hiya.
I would love that. I would love that Uncle Roger MacBook. Whenever you procrastinate and open up Facebook, hiya. Close Facebook. Close. So lazy.
Waste time.
Yeah, don't waste time. You're opening the wrong app. You should be opening Microsoft Excel. Hi, yeah, useless.
That would be very funny. That would be terrible. That would be terrible. It would be like having a parental control on your computer all the time.
Can we write
Asian parental control?
Sketch. So instead of the rice cooker, now it's a laptop.
It's a laptop.
You start typing Pornhub, Pornh. Hi, yeah, porn again. Don't touch your penis. Don't touch. Find a girlfriend. Don't watch porn. Hi, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, there's a new sketch coming. What if Uncle Roger was a laptop? All right, what's your next highlight? What's your next highlight moment?
I was working
Evelyn?
my way to my next highlight. The next highlight I thought about because we have to consider all the good and emotional parts of the podcast.
Of course you would.
So it's a combination now. It's I really enjoyed the episode 12 with Suk Ojla, where we talked about depression and how she dealt with her
she
depression.
cured it.
Sorry?
She cured it with drugs.
Well, she didn't say cured it. She went. So her story is that she suffers from depression very severely, and then a friend of hers. She was kind of at this crossroad where her doctor was suggesting medication, and then a friend of hers told her that she really shouldn't get medication because it really suppresses everything. So you end up feeling like nothing, basically. And so her friend suggested that she should go and take ayahuasca instead, which is a drug that you can find in Peru or in South America.
Yeah, or any hipster's house, really.
Sorry?
Or any hipster's house.
Yeah, exactly. Any hipster's
you can go to
house,
Peru,
which is basically where she went. She went to like a hipster's house in Spain.
Yeah.
She went to a hipster's house in Spain. No, but she went to like this kind of retreat and facility where they take really good care of you because there are risks to taking ayahuasca. And so she did all of her research and decided that this was the place to go. And she went there, and she took it, and like she said that at first it didn't really seem like it had any effect, but then after a little bit she started getting like visions and like just getting taken away by the ayahuasca. And one of her visions was like her father holding her as a baby and just looking at her, and she could just see him raising her, or him kind of his relationship with her as a child. And then also she met herself as a child, and that kid just told her like, don't worry, like you're just be you. I'm paraphrasing heavily, so go listen to episode 12 with, I think it's episode 12, right?
Yeah, I think you should try ayahuasca. If there's one thing I'm taking away from that story.
Well, that was the thing. She said it's not cured. Like, I don't think, and I also agree with her. Exactly, it's episode 12. So I also agree with her. You don't cure depression. There's no such thing as curing something. But she found peace within herself, and she, after that experience, all of her kind of self-consciousness and worries and stuff, they kind of fell aside, and she could just kind of sense a connection with the world again, I guess.
You sure it's ayahuasca and not somebody going, stop it! Talk to yourself as a kid! Stop it! Talk to yourself as a kid!
Is that Uncle Roger again? Is
No,
that
that's me.
Uncle
That's
Roger
me.
now as a ayahuasca mirage?
Stop it! Hi, yeah, stop! Talk to your dad!
Oh gosh, Nigel.
What monster have I created?
I mean, I feel like, what monster have you just unleashed because it's coming from within you?
Why are all your moments, like, not moments that involve me, You know, why is it always stories from guests?
Because I know that you're gonna do all the moments that involve you. So I need to, haven't we established this on the podcast? I really am your buffer. Like, I'm the person who kind of keeps the balance of just enough Nigel to make this podcast bearable.
No such thing as too much Nigel. Right, listeners? Let us know in the comments. Is there such a thing as too much Nigel? Let us know. Nigel 9 condoms. Funny, smart, and smell good. Thank you. Somebody said that, you know?
I know, you told me.
One of our previous episodes. Yeah, in a YouTube comment. Oh, no wonder he's Nigel 9 condoms. He's funny, smart, and he smells good because I talk about Creed Aventus. So, so thank you very much, lady. Thank you very much.
Oh, God. All right. So back to the highlight.
What about highlights that involve... Well, okay, my turn now first. But hopefully your next highlight, the third and final highlight... We're doing 3 each, right? So hopefully your third highlight will be a moment that involves yourself. Because you bring a lot to the podcast too. And you need to, you need to big up yourself, girl.
I am part of the podcast. But the thing is, I don't feel a need to reestablish the fact that I'm part of the podcast because people know it. They've listened, blah, blah, blah. I want to highlight the guests that we had, and I want to highlight the interesting stories that have been on the podcast, you know?
I think your stories are the most interesting.
Sorry?
I think your stories are the most interesting. No other guest has been as interesting as Evelyn Mock. You heard it here, people.
Nigel.
You make me
What are you playing at?
What?
What are you playing at?
I'm not playing. I'm just complimenting you. Sometimes I do that, you know.
This is so funny. Well, mine is kind of a combined because I did want to cheat. So here is a part where I'm involved, Nigel.
You can't
but
have
also,
4. You can't have 4. It's my turn now.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't cheat. It's 3 each.
Okay.
So another big moment from me. Another home run comedic moment, I feel, is episode 50, where we gave a shout out to one of our longtime listeners, Asako Kendall. And that was before YouTube. We uploaded stuff on YouTube, so we just did a late night radio DJ, smutting it up, Careless Whisper playing the whole episode. That was in the heyday of our sound effects, wasn't it? And then we were saying really like dirty things like, hey, Asako, Asako has a white boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
I think Phil is his name? I don't really remember
Phil,
now.
yeah, Phil.
Yeah. Asako and Phil, shout out to our couple from Yorkshire, Asako and Phil, hope you take away all the chairs in your house tonight so the only place you can sit on is his face. And then there's Carlos Whisper in the background. So that's the kind of stuff we said. Okay, time for some interracial lovemaking. Shit like that. Which, that is the title of the episode, by the way. Episode 50, time for some interracial lovemaking.
Yes, it is.
And we know we have a lot of interracial couples who listen to this pod because really, what else? How else are you going to learn about your Asian partner? How else? This is the only pod that shows you a glimpse of her world, his or her world. Probably her, let's be honest here. Mostly white, male, Asian, female. This is the only pod that gives you a glimpse to her world that's also in English. So what else, there's no other way you'll be able to understand her without us. So that's why I love episode 50, because I felt like it brought cultures together.
Oh, God. Yeah,
what?
okay.
What do you want to say? What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
I don't have much to say. I don't have much to add. Well, I could say, it was highly appreciated, I think, by Asako because she's a longtime listener of the pod and she's engaged with us as well, which is really nice. And her story was that she married Phil, moved to the UK, and kind of found that, I think she moved to a smaller town as well. So she found that she didn't have a connection with her Asianness as much as she did when she lived in Japan, and listening to the podcast, she said, gave her kind of fill that void a bit. So we're really happy about that, Asako.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for listening.
Her ayahuasca,
Huh?
We were her ayahuasca.
We were her ayahuasca.
We cured her of a depression. And sometimes culture shock causes depression. I totally agree, Asako.
Yeah.
I probably was depressed, but not clinically. I got over it like normal people do. But kidding. Kidding. It's a real thing. Depression is very real. But yes, I probably went through a phase where I was, struggled to find motivation in life and was a bit down in the dumps. But yeah, that's what culture shock does to you. So we are happy we could help, Asako. We're happy we could help.
Yeah. And she also, the podcast was a way for her to bond with her sister who was in Germany, which was quite lovely. So we're very glad that it could fill that void, I guess.
Very strong episode. So also, if you ever want to, surprise your partner with a podcast shout out like that, where we smut it up, let us know. We can do it for a fee now. We did it for Asako, and we can do it for you. Please, we don't just do sponsored plugs for Yum Asia, We don't just plug rice cookers. We can also plug your birthday. So
speaking of Yum Asia, that's my third highlight because we have to recognize the fact that this is the year that we got sponsors, and Yum Asia is the sponsor of Rice to Meet You. The fact that it's a rice cooker
they sponsored
brand as well.
8 episodes. They sponsored 8 episodes. Let's not call them the sponsor of Rice to Meet You.
Okay.
Let's not give them more credit than they deserve. They're our main sponsor, who the only ones who come back.
Yeah.
They're not.
Exactly. Do you want to burn that bridge as well, Nigel?
Fine. Manscaped never came back to us, which is sad.
Did they not?
I don't know. Maybe give it a bit more time. I shaved my balls for it. I shave my balls and they don't even come back to me. That is the worst ghosting, isn't it? You shave your balls for someone, then they ghost you. Stop doing that to me, Manscaped.
Okay.
But
so Yum Asia, my favorite plug that we've done for Yum Asia is when we sit and hold the rice bags and cradle them as a baby, which was in episode 81. I like all the plugs we've done for Yum Asia. I still can't believe that they come back to us because they're not they're not professional plugs at all. If anything, I would think that they damage their business, but they still come back to us and they still want us to sponsor. But also, like, we shout out their products and then they're not available on their website until like a month later. So we get DMs from listeners being like, I can't buy the bento rice cooker. And so we sort of become like customer service for Yum Asia.
And listen, Yum Asia, I know you want to drum up the excitement and enthusiasm for a product launch, but even Apple, they announce a product and they have it ready next week. And you are not Apple. You can't announce a product and have it ready in 2 months. People are going to forget about it. So just a bit of business advice for you guys, Yum Asia.
Yeah. But please keep coming back to us because we do enjoy
next year,
the plugs
when your products finally launch, we can do another sponsorship deal for you.
So that is one of my favorites.
They even gave us a discount code. For what?
Yeah.
What are you going to buy?
There have been several DMs where they're like, the discount code doesn't work. And I'm like, okay. And I have to act as like I'm like, please contact Yum Asia and check with them why it doesn't work. At _Yum Asia on Instagram. It's so funny.
They need to pay us more because Evelyn's doing customer support for them. So
yeah. I'm going to reveal, we even got like approached by another rice cooker brand that I'm not going to name. And we turned them down.
Yeah. Because we are faithful to Yum Asia, We are not rice cooker fuckboys.
In the animated thing that we're going to create, can we have a rice cooker fuckboy? Just different types of rice cookers. An innocent rice cooker fuckboy, Uncle Roger rice cooker, a white rice cooker that only cooks brown rice.
Yes.
Oh, it'd be so funny.
The rice cooker show. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. All right. And the third moment for me is, the most listened to episode. Can you believe it? Which is episode 72, Daddy Roger.
It's actually episode 1, which is Ishan Akbar.
Doesn't
who
count.
Is our guest.
Every podcast, episode 1 of every podcast always gets the most listens because it's the first thing that shows up. So that one doesn't count.
Of course it counts because also it is one of the episodes. It is the episode that a lot of people still bring up to me saying that it's hilarious because we talked about Ishan's like dead mom on it. And also that's where we talked about, what was it? Big nose, lose weight. Get a nose job. What was it?
Too fat. Something. Just bad things that traumatized you. That you won't stop bringing up every single episode nowadays. I'm kind of mad at your mom for fat shaming you now because it's like not because of the mental anguish, but because like really we got a podcast about this again.
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
No, I said that's the reason why I'm mad at your Asian parents. Not because they fat shame you, it's because they made you bring it up every episode of the podcast. And really, again, we're gonna talk about this again about how Asian parents think you're fat all the time. Again, we're gonna talk about this again.
Really? We're going to talk about abs again? We're going to talk about Nigel's abs again and Creed Aventus? Okay, really? Okay, yeah, sure.
Hey, Creed Aventus, only 2 episodes so far. And abs only 1 in the Daddy Roger episode, which is the most listened to episode.
You mentioned your abs so many times, Nigel. I think Daddy Roger was probably the episode where it died.
What?
The abs mentions died.
The Daddy Roger stuff got so many listens because I plugged it by using a photo of me shirtless, and it made some waves on the internet, baby. It broke the internet.
How many listens does it have?
I don't know off the top of my head, but a lot, almost as much as the first episode. Okay.
So why do you like that episode? Is it just because you got validation for your abs on that episode?
Because there hasn't been, in mainstream media, there hasn't been that many cool sex appeal Asians. And I'm just doing my thing for our people.
Okay, that's a very good way of angling it.
They'll never show cool Asians on mainstream media. That's why I will be the cool Asian for now until someone better comes along. But I'll jumpstart the train.
Ronnie Cheng wasn't available. Aquafina was busy.
I look better than both of them. Let's be honest here.
Oh my
Looks-wise,
God.
talent-wise, no. Talent-wise, definitely not. But looks-wise, I can take them.
My God. You should just stop criticizing people on our criticizing people that matter on our podcast. Like Henry Golding and everything.
Yeah. Let's criticize people that don't matter.
Huh?
Let's criticize people that don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all of Evelyn's housemates.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
Which we have done many times.
Yeah,
so we're not going to do it. But yeah, listeners, go listen to Daddy Roger, episode 72.
Yes. Yeah. So, Nigel, I want to ask, what have you learned during this year of podcasting with me?
I learned that fat shaming is bad. I mean, it's true.
You're such a dick.
What do you mean it's such a dick? That's what I learned.
Is that
what
genuinely you're learning? Like, is that genuinely what you've learned from the podcast?
No, I meant like, yeah, I phrased it. I phrased it in a very dumb, funny way, but it's like, I learned that people get offended by certain things, and I think as friends we need to care about each other's feelings,
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah, see, I can be nice too. Nigel like condoms. He can be charming if he wants to be. He can amp up the charm, over some cocktails,
That's very funny. I've learned that K-dramas are amazing. This is the year that I discovered K-dramas.
This is the year you picked up the good things about being Asian. Finally.
Yeah, it's true.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry?
But I'm very happy. I'm very happy that you finally picked up the good things about being Asian,
It really is. This year, definitely doing this podcast with you has changed my relationship with my Asianness and has let me embrace it and has opened up, also seeing the nuances in what Asian means and all of those things. And also, I think discovering my purpose.
Your purpose? What's your purpose?
It's nah, let's not talk about that.
Say it. I love when Evelyn tries to sound all self-helpy and then she thinks like everything she says is super smart, but in reality it's just high school level like shower thoughts, you know. So let's say
That's so mean.
Let's say it. Like last week's episode, I realized I feel a lot of sadness, but with that because I feel so much sadness, I have the capacity to feel so much joy.
Well, I mean, that's like, okay, I will say, because for a person who's suffered from depression, that's how it feels. You feel like you won't be able to feel happy again. You feel like
that's
happiness
one level
is out
above.
The door.
That's one level above. That's like nobody's watching. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. That's the same level, you know, same level. Fridge magnet level.
It's not.
It is. I hate to break this to you, and I mean you're not wrong, but it's also it's a platitude. It's a very general platitude.
Yes, it is a very general platitude. I mean, we live in paradoxes, so it's very obvious. But
again, like with that platitude, we live in paradoxes. That's another fridge magnet saying by Evelyn Mock.
So what are your sayings then? Say something.
I know I'm too dumb to say anything insightful, so I refrain. You know? I have those thoughts too, but I realize, okay, these are like high school shower thoughts. Let's not say it out loud because I'll be embarrassed. You know?
Yeah, I know. Mine are Oprah. Mine are like, I've been listening to a lot of Oprah this week.
Yeah, your Oprah book club level thoughts. Those are like Oprah book club level thoughts, you know?
Book club level? No, excuse me. It's Oprah Soul Sunday and Masterclass level. Excuse me very much. Please distinguish that. Because in her book club, it's often fiction. So, no, but with the, I know that they're very much like refrigerator magnet level. But with the happiness thing, it's like, it was such a relief because when you suffer from depression, it's like, that's a really real thought. It's like, oh, I'm never going to be happy again. Oh, that's never gonna exist for me again. So that's why when I was like, oh no, wait a minute, I feel it a little bit. Oh, okay. I can feel it's not either or, it's both. And, you know, company with each other. So that's why it was such a big realization for me.
Yeah, when are you happy?
When am I happy?
When was the last time you felt joy?
I'm happy. I realize that I derive happiness from love, like as in not being loved, but being able to love.
This kind of love?
Definitely not that kind of love. Very seldom that kind of love. Probably hardly derived happiness from that kind of love. It's and when I say love, it doesn't even mean like, you know, love in the romantic sense. It just means being present, like, you know, just like being able to be yourself without fear is what it means to me. I know how it sounds. These are all things that you keep to yourself because people will ridicule you for it.
I just want to be brave to live in this cruel world. I just want to be brave enough to be kind, despite the world being a cold-hearted place. I just want to be brave enough to be kind.
You're such a dick.
I'm Evelyn Mock, and I just want to be brave enough to be
kind. I'm just gonna get abs, and I'm just gonna bang women.
I just want to live one day at a time. I don't want to be sad anymore. I just want to be brave enough to face the world.
Oh my god. It's very funny and also very hurtful.
I've read 2 self-help books, and let me tell you how I feel.
It's so mean!
Audiobooks only because I haven't got glasses. I'm Evelyn Mock, and I just want to be brave enough to be kind. Journey of 1,000 miles.
Okay, you can stop it now, Nigel. You can stop it.
You're not cutting this. You're not cutting this.
We're cutting this.
You're not cutting this, please.
We're cutting this.
Please, no. Please, you're not cutting this. Please, it's so funny.
Oh my god.
You're not cutting this.
We're cutting this.
No.
Oh my
god. No. So many people agree with you too, you know, in the comments. Yeah, Evelyn, I just want to be brave enough to be kind too. I'm like, Jesus, get a fridge magnet. Wow.
All right,
Okay.
Nigel. All right.
That has to stay in the episode.
Huh?
Okay? That will stay in the episode.
No, that will be cut.
The Evelyn mock parody. The Evelyn mock parody. I mean, I can continue.
No, stop!
People love it. You want to be... You don't want to put up the victim vibes anymore. So what better way to do it than to laugh at yourself? You know? I'm Evelyn Mock. And the problems I face are so unique and interesting, and nobody else faces them. My parents don't believe in what I do. My parents fat shame me. I understand them. Why can't they ever try to understand me once? For once in their life, just try to understand me, Mom.
I'm never gonna voice my frustrations on this podcast again. People find it like... People think that
You're a helpless victim,
that I'm a
damsel
helpless
in distress.
victim.
Yeah. See, I don't offer any solutions. I just make fun of you. It's a better thing, right? You would rather that, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just constant. Why can't people just stop judging people by their looks? The world would just be a better place.
Oh my god.
If you see each other for what they are on the inside, that is my world. And I'm Evelyn Mock.
Does it always end with I'm Evelyn Mock?
Yes, it does.
Is that your new character now?
Yeah. It's you! It's you!
Oh my god. What's happening?
It's you as a TED Talker, a TED Talk presenter.
Yeah.
Evelyn as a TED Talk speaker. That's what you can.
I'd be really good, actually.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. Because all the teenagers would be like, yeah, I had those thoughts too, just today in the shower. She knows me. This woman knows me.
Oh my
I'm just so tired of people constantly judging.
I'm actually
my looks and my weight.
I've just pitched a book idea with these thoughts to my agent.
See what I mean? This is you. This is you, motherfucker. It's like the show Silicon Valley. It's so true. It's not even funny.
Sorry?
It's like the show Silicon Valley. It's so accurate. It's not even funny. So this is you.
But Silicon Valley is funny.
Yeah, it is funny. It's so accurate. Like, I used to work in tech. So
is it?
Wow. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is you. Chapter
I mean,
1.
if Gwyneth Paltrow can do it, I can fucking do it. I want some.
Doesn't mean
money.
you should. Doesn't mean you should do it. You can. Nobody's doubting you that you can do it. That's what you should do it. Chapter 1. The more pain you feel, the more joy you can feel. So, listeners, look forward to Evelyn's new book, Shower Thoughts from a 14-year-old's Brain, coming to all good bookstores near you.
Sorry.
And an audiobook too, because in case you need glasses but don't want to get them, there's a whole chapter on that in the book. There's a whole chapter.
There is going to be a whole chapter about that.
I'm not emotionally ready for glasses. And if you don't feel emotionally ready for glasses, don't do that to yourselves.
Oh my god. I hope that I have some thoughts that are worth putting in a book. You're making me doubt myself now.
Somebody has to say it.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm sure if you flesh them out, maybe you'll stumble onto a gem or two. Well, but if it's just a one-line thing, it's hard to not make it sound like self-helpy, and a very like second-year philosophy student.
Second-year philosophy.
What is the meaning of life? It's just to be happy. That's just what life is. You're supposed to be happy in life.
I mean, this is so harsh to me because I feel like that is how people view me, Nigel. Is that how people view me?
Holding up a mirror so you can see how people view you. I'm Evelyn Mock, and I'm a victim. That's how people view you.
Which is not how I want them to view me because...
I mean, the fact that I can do a parody of you shows how much you have given off that vibe. So I could learn from it. So how much of that vibe you've put out? You put out so much of that vibe that I could learn and parody it.
Oh God, I need to stop putting out that vibe because we got an email, or more specifically, I got an email. I'm sure these are very lovely people, and I'm sure this is a great product, but I got this email, okay? So, this person sent an email, and she said, "Hi, Evelyn. I have a client who is the co-founder and CEO of an astrology-based dating app created to spark meaningful conversations inspired by her work at Apple. I think they would be a great fit for your audience. So, we need to stop talking about crystals on the podcast. And I need to stop putting out this vibe." And it's like, it's so bad because I keep getting these things. And also when I got that email, I was like, this actually sounds interesting. And then I had to be like, no, stop it. Like, what are you doing? But then also part of me was like, oh, maybe this will be better than Tinder and Bumble. Because it'll be based in astrology. But oh my God. But okay, so I got this email. And also, like, I keep getting DMs from people who are like, oh, like giving me advice. And it's like, I appreciate it, but also that I guess that is the vibe that I give off. And I don't mean to, because the thing is, I love talking about these things. I love ruminating on these things because these are the things that I think about all the time. And I love expressing it in the podcast because this is the platform that I have to talk about it. But at the same time, I'm a person who is alive and has, like, I'm okay. Like, I'm pretty capable. I make a living. I'm somewhat okay. I mean, somewhat successful at what I do. Like, I'm okay. Like, you don't need to send me advice. Yeah. This is just something. I guess it's because I'm so open on the podcast and I invite people in and I talk about these things because I like talking about things honestly and openly. Mm-hmm. But like, I'm okay. I'm fine. Like, I deal with the world fine. I have coping mechanisms.
Are you sure you're fine?
I'm sure I'm fine. Oh God. Okay, maybe so I do self-deprecating stuff. I am very self-deprecating as well. So that probably contributes to it, but I mean, I think I'm fine. Am I fine, Nigel? I'm fine, right?
I don't know.
But I don't want to be seen as
fine. Do fine people talk like, I hear you, I see where you're coming from, but have you considered X?
I think.
Do fine people speak like they work in corporate America? That's corporate talk, you know?
Yeah, I think people who are tactful talk like that. As opposed to, where's the latest episode of the podcast? Hey, you need to turn on monetization. You need to. Yeah, okay.
I mean, yeah, it's a tick box. Should I come up with, I hear you, and I want to commend you on all the great effort you've put in so far. But you need to fix a thumbnail.
That would be great, Nigel. I would be more inclined to fix it if you did it like that.
I would just have it in my clipboard, copy paste everything. I'll start every single message now with I hear you.
Yeah.
I commend you on all your efforts.
Yeah.
You are an indispensable member of the Rise to Meet You team. And it would be great if you could turn on monetization for the podcast. I totally see where you're coming from. Every request becomes a paragraph. You want that. You want that.
Lovely. That would
you can't even read properly without glasses. So I'm actually helping you by giving you short instructions instead of a paragraph.
I feel like you contribute to my victimhood.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What'd I do?
Because people are like, oh, he's being so mean to her.
I'm trying to build up your toughness.
We need to send her DMs and emails to reassure her and give her advice.
I'm trying to build up your toughness, okay?
Sorry?
Like nobody in the West, I'm trying to build up your toughness. In the Western world, nobody gives you this sort of tough love. It's just me.
Well, I think I'm tough because...
You respond well to it.
Sorry?
You respond well to it.
Do I, Nigel?
Yeah.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Have I responded well to your tough loveness?
Yeah? You haven't missed an upload?
I haven't missed an upload. Do you not think that I have a bit of stake in this as well?
Yeah.
I haven't missed an upload. Oh, gosh.
No. It's just the vibe of the podcast. It's just our humor.
It's the vibe of the podcast.
Yeah, you got to work your energy next year. That's the goal for 2021, Evelyn. No more every time you feel like you're delivering a TED Talk, that's when you know, okay, I'm putting out the wrong energy.
Actually, no, but I've made this, so I've said to myself as well, I'm not going to talk about it on the podcast anymore. Because it doesn't really, I mean, I enjoy talking about it, and I think there are people who enjoy listening to it, but I think it's tough to talk about it on a comedy podcast. Yes.
Only winner energy from now on.
Winner energy.
Okay? Only winner energy.
What's winner energy?
Me. Just be like me.
Just be like you?
Yeah.
2 Nigels?
Yeah. It's so fun. I'm going to be Evelyn, 9 condoms Mark. You'll be ghosting people. You'll be the fuck girl. You know? Listen to Ariana Grande, you know?
Ariana.
I want to meet your mama on a Sunday and make a lot of love on a Monday. That's what she says.
That just sounds
get her vibe. No. She's talking about church, you know?
Oh, is she?
I've been listening to a lot of Ariana because it's very catchy.
Why
it's very catchy.
Listening to Ariana?
I don't know. It sounds nice. Why? So men can listen to female singers now? What is his toxic masculinity?
No, but you say that I sound like a 14-year-old girl talking about like that. You listen to what 14-year-old girls listen to.
It's good music. I listen to BTS. No shame. No shame. I don't think like them. I just listen to what they listen to. That's the goal for next year, people. Evelyn's gonna be like me. And I hope you guys still keep listening if that happens. And still, thank you for all the patrons and support. So hopefully you sign up to be a patron today.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to us throughout this year, really.
Yeah.
I think this has gone on too long, longer, and it's developed more than either of us expected. So yeah.
I expected this.
Okay. I will change my energy and my attitude to be more like you,
This
Nigel.
is going exactly to plan for me.
And me too. Now I'm going to go to the gym and work on my abs.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have some fuel.
Yeah. I love this, Evelyn. So great.
Oh, God.
Get some dick. Get some dick in you.
Okay, bye, people.
Bye. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy New Year.